was saying to Laura is that for now, until we are not amazing, yes, in all the basic techniques, we are not going to. Let me see. I will start with Laura first, then Iris, sorry, then Georgios, and then Iris with the correction. But first, I have to check. Amazing. Yes. Good. Let's start. Let's start. So today we're going to correct the first species of exercises. Very exciting. Okay. Now this was the first one of Laura. This was the second one. Yeah. Okay. So is the cantus firmus.
Can't remember. I think it was the bass.
This one. Because I remember that this was the cantus firmus I gave, and it's here in the soprano, so this must be the counterpoint. But in this case, I cannot recognize it.
I think it was the bass.
I no. Okay, fine. But it's not that you had to. Yes, but the cantus firmus was on the bass in one, and on the other one, the cantus firmus was in the soprano. So in this case, I don't see the cantus firmus on the bass. It's fine. I mean, you did the counterpoint all the same, but I think you invent another voice.
Oh.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I mean, supposedly these lines is supposed to be you started with the tonic, and then the penultimate note is the supertonic, going to the tonic. So fine. Now if it is an alto voice, yes, it's quite okay. I mean, talking about the ranges of the voices, this voice is a little bit too high, yes, and if you see, yes, is repeated 3 times. So the highest note is repeated 3 times in the exercise. Yeah. So a climatic note should be done once. Yes.
Really?
Yes. Taking baby. Yeah. So it's fine. You have 12 or 15. Yeah. Even this counterpoint, talking as an alto, huh? Can do this. Let's listen to it as the way you did it. Yeah. Although we know that the MIDI doesn't bring justice, okay, to the voices, but you can have an idea. Now, without saying anything, let's just do this and see what happens. Yeah. All right. Okay. Now, which one would you think? For you? Yes, everyone. What do you think? The first one was more amalgamated, let's say, yeah, or the second one in voices?
From the way you put it, I assume it's the second one. But isn't La 3, A3 our lowest note for the alto?
No, the alto can do a G.
Pass. Okay. Then okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a good alto, you can do an F. But in choir, we don't go beyond. Yes, it is too much. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can. I'm an alto, I can tell. I can vouch for that.
cannot disagree. with you.
But yeah, G is highest. Yes, beyond that, it's more a mezzo soprano than an alto. Yeah. But Laura, what do you think?
Yeah, it probably makes more sense it being lower.
They're connected a little bit more. Yes, when two voices are problem is that they can feel a little bit disconnected. When there are just two voices, yeah. And also in fast pieces, we're going to see that in the next one, yeah, the next ones, things can change slightly, yes, because all these voices are considered to be structural, yeah. Remember that with all the examples that we saw um, in structural harmony, yes, and that is always kind of noted against not. We're with the species we are trying to get that, okay? That concept, yes. Then in the future species, what will happen is that we're going to introduce more notes and more notes and more notes in between, yes. But what I would say, yes, is careful with the repetition of the high notes, yes. It's not bad because overall you have, yes, they're not repeated patterns, they're not big leaps, yes, in voices, so it's very smooth. So that is a very good line. But if you repeat a voice, a note, yes, too much, and the highest one, that's a recurring pattern, yeah. But the rest is fine, yes, and you don't have power fifths, yes. You didn't repeat 6 6 6 6 6 6 or 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3. So the rest is fine. It's very good. Yeah. And he ended right. That's fine. Very good. And the second one, let's play it fast. Let's see. And also this is for everyone. Yes, it is diving. Okay, this is the counterpoint. Yes. Very good. You want me to say something?
So I'm not sure how we treat the diminished fifth
The diminished fifth
or
in
augmented diminished fifth. So yeah, diminished fifth. Yeah,
the vertical
yes, yes.
and horizontal.
Harmonic, vertical, yes.
No, we don't
Third,
use it. We don't use it. Why? This one, you say?
yes.
No.
Not even if it resolves to Lado. Okay.
In the second species. Next week. Okay. Because the second species introduces the dissonance. In first species, we don't have dissonance because remember that this, I mean, in this case, you know, you done it by crotchets. Yes, it's fine. Yes, so maybe it can be a little bit misleading the speed. Yes, but don't forget that these notes are the pillars of the music, and they stay. Yes, they happen maybe each bar or each two bars. Yes, so would you stand like 2 bars? Yes, permanently on a dissonance, permanently. So it's quite rare. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I mean, we have a lot of post-romantic composers that do it, but it's a very specific, also it's a very specific style. Yes. We're talking about, we're going to see baroque, yes, even classical, yeah, counterpoint, or applied to the classical and baroque, and this doesn't happen. Yes, that's why.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah! Yeah, so that is a fright. welcome. Yes. No, we don't do anything. We don't use any tritone, but horizontally or vertically. Yes. So careful with that. Yes, about the distance between the soprano and the alto in this exercise.
Tenor.
And the tenor, sorry. Yes. Okay, it's fine. It's perceived as to be balanced. The distances. It is.
I think
It's fine. Yes. Because they're the upper voices. Yeah. The how did I put it? The clearer, the brighter. Yes. And also because you didn't use so many 15s. Yes, double octaves. In the previous one, you were double octave, double octave, double octave. Yes, it was too much. You kept it, yeah, more in the range of the octave, 13 maximum. Yeah, good. The counterpoint itself is achieved again. It's good, but first of all, repetition, we try to avoid it. Yes, so repetition of the voices, one voice repeated on a voice, we try to avoid it. We might put a tight note, yes, but it's rare. We try to for now, avoid repeated patterns, sequences, patterns, yes. So it's in a constant move, the music, yeah. If you see here the cantos units, you have a leap, then a compensation, the leap of a fifth, compensation, yes, descending, another leap, but now in the case of this fourth, then you have a note that's taken up and then a descent to tonic, yes, not large leaps as well, yeah. But careful with this, repetition of notes, yeah, and again the climax, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Try to do the climax in a leap, and then always compensate. You see that the counterpoint leaps, yes, ascending, compensate, leaps, ascending, compensate, yes. At least, I'm not saying that you have to compensate with 3, 4 notes. If you compensate with just one note, that would be enough. Very good, Laura. E. No, yours. Yours, please. No, yours. Sorry. So yours. Bass and alto, tenor soprano. Bass away. Okay. Now we have, well, this is the cantus firmus, this is the counterpoint. Very good, the climax. The reason you tied the notes is because it was the climax? Okay.
Exactly.
Very good. So in this case, for example, there's a reason. When the climax is take into account, because we're not, I mean, melodically here, yes, it's fine. Yes, it's fine. It's with this rhythm, with these values, yes, because you hold it for just, I mean, 2 beats, but imagine a piece that you have these structural notes and it would lose the power. Yes.
It will what?
It will lose the power, it will lose the drive of the climax. Yes. If, yes, if. Not here. Here is fine. Yeah. But if you have, trying to relate this to the Felix Salzer book, yeah. If you have the note prolongation, these note prolongations are very, very, very far apart. Yeah. But in this case, it's fantastic. Yeah. It's a good example of tight notes. I mean, if they appear randomly, you say, well, why did you do that? Yeah. But in this case, you have one climax, one highest note, and it's held for, I'm assuming, dramatic purposes. Okay. You see that, Laura, it's not a huge leap. Yes, you don't have to go super exaggerated. But in comparison, yes, it's a climax. First because it's the highest note, and then because it's a third. All the other notes are by step. If you compare, yeah, it's more dramatic the third. Even it's a third, it's not that much, but proportionally, it's a climax. And now the cantus firmus is on the soprano. Well, we're going to listen to it, but I'm not really going to listen at the beginning. First,
Do, whatever, la, do. Doesn't make a difference.
Oh, no, don't tell me that. La, do. Okay. La, do, si, do. Well, or A, C, B, C. I will recommend
I hadn't used any fifth. So, no.
Well, what was a pledge that you made?
That's okay. I see.
So, well, let's keep it like it. This is, I mean, remember that tonic prolongational, yes, doesn't apply in counterpoint. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm guessing that this was wanted to be a tonic prolongational, like a pedal.
It's very hard to get rid of harmony from my head.
But that's why the harmony is the big picture. Yes, also with Iris Willor. Yeah. The harmony is kind of with the architect, when the architect says, okay, this is where it's going to be the living room. It's counterpoint. Yes. It's when you zoom in. Yes. It's not the big picture. Yeah. Then, but that's why also you see the historically, first they went note by note, and then when they started to do more voices, they started to discover chords, and then this like big picture of tonic prolongation that they started to like zoom out, and that is when the harmony took the form in its hands. You said, oh, here is tonic. Now, within the tonic, you have all these voices going around it, yeah? They zooming in, yeah? So, careful with it, yeah?
Well, we usually started in the previous exercises with longer and then shorter. I thought maybe the first one, if it's longer, it made sense at the moment in my head. Now, a bit less.
Because in the harmony is the whole harmony that moves faster.
Not in the harmony,
slow.
in the
Oh, the exercises.
the single voice.
Yes. Yeah. We will see that. Yes, we will add. Yes, adding different parts. But for now, it's unit. Yeah, it's the same. And then you have climax.
And anticlimax.
And the anticlimax. But let me see if someone can comment. If we said something about the climax. Yes.
To be further far apart.
Yes.
Those have the furthest distance.
This was climax of the bass. And in this case, pam, pam. And maybe that's why it was very effective. Maybe, no, I'm guessing, maybe. Yeah, because you have the climax of the bass fast and then by leap, yeah, by skip. Yeah? The climax of the alto. So it was very, very effective. But in this case, both went. So they lose their personality. Yes, each one has to be, we call interdependent. Yes, interdependent. Why? Because they can be, dependent. If you listen to one and you listen to the other, but when they are interdependent, it's because they combine each other perfectly well. Yes, you think when you compose it, yes, how these lines interconnect, but they have their own life, let's say, independent to the other. Yeah, but it says, yeah, independent. Yeah, I mean, the rest is good. You have the anticlimax, yes, for 6, but then compensated by a step, skip, compensated down. So that is, I mean, melodically, yes, you start to have an idea of the kind of the idiom, yes, the melody to be idiomatic. Yeah. So very good. Yeah. Careful with this. Yes, everyone has any doubt, sorry, I pass from exercise to exercise, but if anyone has a doubt about any, yes, any exercise, please let me know. Yes, no doubt, nothing. Okay. Okay. So it is first one. Okay. So we have this is the cantus firmus, yes, and then we have the voices. Yes, there is a problem. Little problem there. I don't know if someone wants to dive in. Here.
So we have 13, 13, 13, 13.
13, 13, 13. Yes, in this case, it's 13.
That's the 6, 6 before. Is it okay if we do 6, 6, 13, for example?
It depends. Everything in counterpoint is ruled by the melody. Yes. If you read any counterpoint book, or if you look for the pieces, yes, don't even think about books. Go to the pieces. Whenever the composers break or bend, abiding the rules, yes, because they need it. So that is first of all what we have to consider. Yeah, like you just know that you tied a note, but you had a reason why. You had a climax. Yeah. So if you have 6, 6, 6, 13, because that's maybe you're jumping, or I don't know, you're leaping towards the climax, or is it the end of something, or the beginning of something. Yes, because, for example, look, I can, yes, I appeared again. Whoa, you know what? No, because maybe this example serves the purpose of my explanation. Mendelssohn, the first in Song Without Words, yes. Okay. In Song Without Words, Yeah, that's that. Yes. Depends the rules. Yes, but there's a reason why. Yes. Look. Okay. Most probably you know this piece. Yes. It's the first of the song without words. Yes. It's in a major. Yeah. And you have atonic prolongation. Introduction. Atonic prolongation. Introduction. Yes. And then you have the melody, which is very simple. Yeah, very, very, very simple. Um, so, ah, that has a leap here. Yes. So you have A, G, F, E. So steps down. Leap of the octave, E, D, C, B. That is the basic idea of the period. Yeah. So you have just one leap. But if you see, yes, if you look at the down with the voice, the main voice, up with the bass, at the moment of the leap, yes, there's a beautiful interval there. Tritone. Between the bass and the soprano. Even in harmony, we know that that's wrong. We don't do that. Yeah. Resolved on the sharp, and then A sharp goes to the B. Yes, and first of all, breaks the rules, right? I mean, soprano and bass, the tritone there. Yes, and hold your attention. And then within the accompaniment, if you see the voices, take the voices as kind of as a chorale, okay? Here. What happens in this case? Oh, yes, if we take the four semiquavers, yes, the four semiquavers, as a chorale, as a bass, as a tenor, yes, as a mini chorale, yeah, mini choir. So bass here, tenor here, alto here, yeah, the soprano. Now, if you see the change, it's quite good. I mean, it's quite not quite good. I mean, quite you know, following the rules. Yes. This, and this, you have that, and then you have this. That's overlapping. Bum bum. Yeah. All the voices jump. The bass, the fifths, all up. Yes, the soprano from B to sharp. Yeah, so he does a lot of things there. Leap of the, I mean, what you listen when you're playing, it's just a very innocent and naive leap of an octave. Yeah. By the way, that leap is accented. I don't know if you see the accent there. But why do you think that he does this? He breaks all the rules. Yes.
Dramatic effect.
Because it's a climax of the, yes, exactly. I mean, he wants, yes, this very mild, yeah, melody to be more dramatic by putting the bass in the tritone and jumping all the voices. Yes, but because that's the climax of the basic idea. Yes, by judging the other people's pieces and your pieces, even other contributing elements, yes, are contributing, yes, to a same goal. Yeah, that's why the contributing elements in music is melody, harmony, sound, rhythm. This is not my idea. This is from Ian Labo, yeah, an analyst. Yeah, but They're contributing the harmony, the melody, the sound. Yes, when I say sound, can be the timbre, can be the texture, the articulation, the dynamics. Yes, everything that has to do with the fabric. Yes, to a certain point. Yes, so if that happens, yes. When it's random, no. No. Yeah. So in and out, because if not, we can do well. Yes, the exception is, and well, this person, well, no, but Bach did it, and it's okay. Generally, the exceptions are taken out of context. Yes, they don't analyze the situation, the piece properly. Yeah, so in a nutshell, if you need it for a purpose, do it. Be very sure while you're doing it. So careful with the repetition of the thirds and the sixths. Yeah, no more than three. Okay, it's like a golden rule in music. No more than three. Yeah. And for example, in this case, you started with the A, yes, yes, but a leap, yes, a descending leap of a six is a little too much. More if you after a leap, yes, you continue the same direction. Yeah, descending in this case, another tone. Yes, whenever you do a leap, yes, ascending or descending, there's no smoothing the lines. Yes, even visually. Yeah, if you do a leap, compensate. Yes, like there. That's compensation, and this will be an octave. Yeah, yeah, clear.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, because the climax, yes, it's achieved once, and it's achieved in a moment that is not in the in the different place, and that's fantastic. Yes, this is the climax of the Cantus Firmus. This is your climax. Yeah, but you had the same problem, and then after a leap, yes, we need again. Yes, we need to compensate the leap. Yes. Now we could think about doing this, the compensation, but then you would lose your climax. Yes, we have a tenth. Yes, and this one, well, we have, I don't know, if this note, yes, be here, that can be a climax. A little more convincing, a little more. Yes, because at least you compensate with a skip. It's not perfect compensation, but then the notes that they were in between, like the G, appeared. Yes. So I mean, I'm trying to let's say fix. Yes, a couple of mistakes. Once in counterpoint, like in harmony, once you change something in the middle, yes, wash. Yeah, I mean, you have to redo everything again. Yeah, but that's great because that's yeah. Your sounds like yes. No connection. You change one thing, whoops. Maybe you're lucky, but maybe probably not. Yeah. And this one is again the same thing with Laura.
I know what happened here. I mean, my mind asked me why. I copied,
Oh,
and then yeah, yes, yeah, I did that change, and I put it one octave lower. I don't know.
fine.
I don't know.
But wait, bass and alto. I get it. And cantus firmus, this sounds more to be a alto than a soprano because of the range. But that's fine. But you see, this range, yeah, is more than an alto voice. A soprano can even sing this. And then this is the cantus firmus, which is more a bass again. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a tone. Careful with the voice. We have 8. What is this? Unison. 10. Well, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Why is that? But pianist, but in counterpoint, yes, as a piano player, you have the thirds, but when you do the third, yeah, you do this. Those are not real voices. Those are doublings. Yes, it's when you do the octaves. Automatically, what we're trying to do is independent voices. Yes, and then we are extremely limited. I mean, this is a very good exercise. Yes, the first piece is an extremely good exercise because of the limitations you have. You have one voice, yeah, and one rhythm. So you don't have much. I mean, what do you have to differentiate the two voices? You don't have rhythm, you don't have timbre, it's the same timbre. Especially no rhythm. Yes, or same rhythm. The rhythm differentiates the voices. The only thing that you're left with is pitch. That's the only thing. So if the pitch is the same, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 0, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, it becomes a doubling. Yes, it becomes this. Yeah. So that is the yes. I mean, I'm trying to yeah exercise to limit yourself. Yeah, because then you're not going to go to the comfort zone. You're going to have to think out of the box. Yes, maybe it's, when you're composing, okay, yeah, doubling of the voices. Yes, when you don't have that, yeah, you're obliged to go to a different path. Yes, it's a very good exercise. Now,
There is no climax.
pardon?
I mean, I think there is no climax.
I share. Yeah, I concord. Because the climax cannot be the first note.
I mean, I was actually, I didn't really understand the exercise in the beginning, and I read all the things, and I
Yeah, so it's this one we try to now. Do you see that this one, if we compare it, yes, even visually, yes, there is kind of a purpose in the line. I'm not saying that it's perfect because actually A and A, yes, they shouldn't be repeated. But there is an ascending motion, then a very big, yes, ascension, and then a compensation to the same note. So there is a purpose to this line, yes? Or the same cantus as I explained before, you have a leap of a fifth ascending, immediate compensation, then a minor leap, yeah, a fourth, that's the tone, and then the end. So it starts grandeur, then a little bit less, but reaches the climax, and then just a tone, and then the sound. Yeah, so that is beyond exercises. This is beyond exercises. Yes, this has to help you as a composer to understand to compose something, and in the case, nice, this is not nice. No, to under, deeply understand, because if as a performer you understand what the composer is doing, you're transmitting what the composer wanted to express. If you do, if you just see notes without purpose, receive which is an impression. That is what the composer wants, of course. But if you want to transmit the message, I mean, actually everyone, because he is a pianist, he is a pianist. Yeah, everyone. But if you cannot clearly transmit, yes, there's like a hidden code, like a meta meaning beyond, yes, just the notes, consciously. You will exactly know why you're doing what you're doing.